Morning, everybody. This is Leanne, and I'm here to tell you a story, a Bible story. Today's story is about a man named Moses, and we've been doing some stories about Moses. This is part 4 of Moses. And today's story is about Moses, who, remember, he got called by God and he had to go and tell Pharaoh to let the people go, remember? And I got to tell you, Pharaoh had a favorite word. You know what his favorite word was? No. No. And see how I spelled no? Usually you spell no N-O, but I put extra O's because Pharaoh didn't just say no. Pharaoh said no, 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 no. That's all that man said. And so Moses went to Pharaoh and he said, listen, you have to let the people go. God wants you to let the people go. And Pharaoh said, no, his favorite word. And so Moses said, well, I'm afraid if you don't let the people go, then God's going to do something bad to you, like punish you in some way. And Pharaoh said, I don't even know who your God is. I don't care. No. All he kept saying was, no, 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 no. I mean, the guy had no other word but no. So anyway, God had to do what God had to do. And at any point, if Pharaoh would have just said yes, God wouldn't have had to do all of these plagues. But since Pharaoh only knew one word, no, then God had to punish poor old Pharaoh. So this is what God did. There were 10 plagues. Count with me, would you please? The first one is God turned water into blood. Then God sent frogs all over the place. Then God sent gnats. Then God sent flies. Then God sent animals. 10 plagues. And you know what Pharaoh kept saying? No, 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 no. Then God sent even more plagues. So God sent boils on the skin, hail, which fell from the sky, locusts, which ate everything, darkness, and then the worst plague of all, God had to kill all of the firstborns of Pharaoh. Now, for 9 of those plagues, Pharaoh said, no, 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 no. And finally, after the 10th plague, finally, Pharaoh said, yes. Wow. You know, there are times in our lives where we have to say no. If somebody tries to touch us inappropriately, if someone is hurting us, we are okay to say no. Stop it. We're allowed to say no. But it shouldn't be our favorite word and the only word we ever say. There are lots of times when we can say yes, like when your mom asks you to clean your room and you start to say no, maybe you should say yes. And when God asks you to be kind to your friend that you don't like and you start to say no, say yes. There are times in our lives where we can say no. There are lots of times when we can say yes, and you need to know what the difference is. Pharaoh, he only had one word, no, 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 no. Sometimes we need to say no, but sometimes we need to say yes. So before you do something today, think to yourself, is this something that I should say no to or something I should say yes to? Let's learn from that old hard-hearted Pharaoh who only said no. Let's be people who say no when we need to and yes when it's the right thing to say. All right, have a great day, and I will be back later to tell you the next part of the story of Moses. It is a great story. It's an exciting story. I'll see you soon. Bye.